June 15, 2031. It's strange, writing a letter like this. Almost old-fashioned, but I wanted to capture this feeling, this moment, for someone in your time. I'm looking out my window right now, and what I see is blue. Endless, shimmering blue. Not the sky, but the ocean. My home, the floating city of Ethelgerd, gently rocks on the waves of the North Atlantic. It's been 10 years since the Great Rise, 10 years since life on land became complicated. For us, life didn't end, it just adapted. You're probably picturing a rusty, post-apocalyptic raft. But Ethelgerd is anything but. Imagine a city that breathes with the ocean. Our buildings, shaped like giant lily pads, are interconnected by transparent sky bridges. We don't have cars, we have water taxis, silent electric pods that glide through the canals separating our main districts. Above, personal drones zip around like metallic dragonflies, delivering everything from groceries to mail. My apartment is a pod made of bioluminescent materials that glow softly at night, mimicking the starlight we sometimes miss. Our power comes from the very thing that changed the world, the water. Beneath the city, powerful turbines capture the immense energy of the ocean currents. On the surface, every roof is a tapestry of ultra-efficient solar film and rainwater collectors. We don't just generate power, we live in harmony with it. Waste is a concept from the past. Every single thing is recycled, composted, or repurposed. Our food, most of it is grown right here. Vertical farms climb the inner walls of our structures, lush with greens, fruits, and vegetables. And then there's the ocean farming. We cultivate vast fields of kelp and seaweed, and farm fish in sustainable, enclosed pens. The taste of a freshly harvested sea grape is something I wish I could send back to you. It's crisp, salty, and tastes like the ocean itself. Nothing you get from the land stores can compare. Life is different here. The rhythm of our day is set by the tides, not a clock. We wake up with the sun reflecting off the water, painting our ceilings with dancing light. Community is everything. We have to be. Out here, your neighbor isn't just someone you wave to, they're part of your lifeline. We share resources, we share skills, we share our lives. Every evening, people gather in the Central Plaza massive, open-air dome to share food, music, and stories. There's a sense of togetherness I hear my grandparents talk about, something they thought was lost. Of course, it's not a perfect utopia. We miss solid ground sometimes. The feeling of soil under our feet, the scent of a forest after rain. We have terradomes which simulate these environments, but it's not the same. And the storms, they can be terrifying. When a big one rolls in, the entire city goes into lockdown. The outer shields are raised, and we ride it out, feeling the immense power of nature trying to reclaim everything. It's a humbling reminder that we're guests here, not masters. But there's a beauty in that vulnerability. It teaches you respect, it teaches you ingenuity. We have children here who have never known a world with highways or sprawling suburbs. They are children of the sea. They learn to swim before they can properly walk. They learn marine biology and engineering as their primary education. They are a new kind of human, born into a new world. They are not afraid of the future, they are building it. We still connect with the landers. The internet is faster than ever, beamed by a constellation of satellites. We trade our surplus energy and advanced tech for minerals and goods we can't produce. Some people choose to leave, to try and reclaim a life on the shrinking coastlines. And some landers choose to join us, seeking refuge and a new beginning. We welcome them, we have too. I look at the old pictures, the videos from your time. A world so vast, so solid, you had so much space, so much earth. I wonder if you knew how precious it was. We learned the hard way. But in losing the world we knew, we found something else. We found a new way to live, not on the world, but with it. We found resilience we didn't know we had. We found each other. So, from my home on the ocean, in the year 2031, I'm sending this message back to you. Don't be afraid of the future. The world might change in ways you can't even imagine, but humanity's ability to adapt, to innovate, and to care for one another is more powerful than any rising tide. Cherish your world, but know that if it changes, you will too. You'll find a way, just like we did. Thanks for watching. If you were fascinated by this glimpse into the future, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to join us on more journeys through time and imagination. Until next time, stay curious.